Hey, if you remember last video, this guy and I were out in the kayaks. There he is.
That's me.
The creek fishing adventures. But today we're doing a little bit more of an adventure. Not necessarily a creek, this is more of a river, but we're gonna do some wade fishing, hopefully for some smallmouth bass, maybe some rock bass. I'm fishing with my ultralight setup, he's using a light setup. We're just gonna be using light gear and just targeting whatever bites, but I think it's gonna be a lot of smallmouth. Fingers crossed at least. You know, earlier was a little bit tougher than I was hoping, but I trust we're gonna catch a lot of fish today. So without further ado, let's go catch a few. There we go. Smalley! Hey, doubles.
Third species.
What? Little guy. And he just got a bluegill, a crappie, and a rock bass. There's one. Another little smalley. Gotta love that drag pulling. Oh no! He got me behind a rock and my line got caught up on the rock and he got a little leverage on me. Dang it. If you land every single smallmouth you hook on ultralight gear, you are one heck of a fisherman. They are good at fighting. Even when they're like 6 inches long, they're good at fighting. They're smart fish. They're athletes, man. They're athletes.
Hey, hey, Smalley!
There's one. This one feels... He's fighting good, but I think that's just because it's ultralight. I can't imagine what it's gonna feel like when we hook into that random 15-incher. Man, this guy's dogging me. He's dogging me. Look at there. So I'm using the Workhorse Jig right now, mostly just to be able to cover a little more water. You know, we got a decent amount of current in here, and this 1/16 ounce weight is gonna allow me the ability to just fish a little faster, a little more aggressively. One thing I definitely want to do a lot today is check my line, because this is 4-pound monofilament, but we've got a lot of rocks and whatnot in here. And I have a feeling I'm gonna be beating this line up pretty bad whenever the smallies dig down in. I think I'm gonna start making my way downstream.
I mean, I can catch these fish anyway.
Ooh, baby, what do we got? This one's, he wants to fight hard. It's a big old Rocky. Skate him in. Oh, he gave up right away. He ate it as soon as it hit the water. Those Rockies will just, they group up like crazy underneath shady spots with like some ball of roots or something. So we'll see if he's got a buddy over there. Usually they group up like crazy. But of course, in this example, he was an isolated Rocco. There's one. Fishing downstream like this is usually not the way I prefer to do it. I like to walk upstream. But the beauty of fishing downstream is you have the opportunity to go back upstream when you're done. And that's just a chunky Rocco with a Workhorse Jig down his gullet. Very nice. God, I freaking hooked him. Owie. I just poked myself with my hook. Owie. Fishing with the man, John Dalton, rock bass, let's go. Ooh, I just scratched my foot on a rock and that hurt. Oh boy, I got something big. I got something big. He didn't even know he's hooked at first. This is gonna be something weird.
Yeah, it's gonna be something random.
I wonder if this is gonna be a pike that doesn't even know he's hooked. I can't imagine. I feel like it would have had a big drag stream by now.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a big, weird fish. I don't know what it is. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's a nice smallie. It's a nice smallie on ultralight. Holy smokes. John, are you seeing? Are you seeing how? Do you look at this fish?
Now he wants to fight. Goodness, he did not know.
Oh gosh, dude, that's a nice fish. For ultralight, that's insane. But that's a good fish regardless. He's got me in some sort of brush. Get out of there. Get out. Oh, dude, that's a good smallie. Don't do that to me. There's like a big tree down there, and he's trying to. Stop that! Stop that! Please don't do that. Please stop.
Really trying to get on that tree.
Yeah, he's in it.
You can walk up to it.
He's down in some brush. I can get this fish. I see the brush pile he's in.
Yeah. I didn't see this fish.
I know he's still hooked. He was still hooked a second ago. Dang it. No!
Well, we had it.
That was like a 3+.
Yeah, I saw it just for a second. He's a
Arg! I mean, if you're ultralight fishing, you have to understand that's part of the risk. Needless to say, I'm very sad right now. I just lost a very respectable smallmouth, let alone a smallmouth on ultralight. I mean, that would have been a really trophy fish for ultralight. I mean, we're talking about 4-pound test. Like, that would have been a really solid fish. I don't know. I'm happy with the fact that I hooked him. I was playing him so well. I'm not happy with the last like 10 seconds of how I played him because I needed to steer him away from that brush, but it was too late. Yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna catch more fish today. I just don't know if I'm gonna get more chances at a fish that size. I'm gonna switch down to the 1/32 ounce Mule Jig and the green pumpkin. So we're just going all green pumpkin right now. There's one. I knew there would be one right there. Nice little rocko. You see a big rock like that with a nice current break? That's actually a pretty solid little rock bass. Oh man, look at that. He's got some sort of weird bump on his head. Pinned him good. I'm gonna have to be a little more selective about where I fish this 1/32 ounce Mule Jig because it's gonna sweep much faster down this current when I'm fishing on a side cast. So I'm gonna need to put it in. So I'm gonna need to put it into places like this and fish it a little slower. And the good news is these are the types of places that are gonna have the fish. But again, it's going to require a little bit more pinpoint casting. If I cast it too far, it might sweep too fast. If I cast it short, it's going to sweep down. I'll never hit the strike zone. So you kind of have to place it perfectly in order to key in on those strike zones. There we go. I just had to find some deeper water. And we found a smallie. I've been skipping over a lot of water, trying to get to the stuff where it's just a little bit deeper, because a lot of it's only been about that deep. And now all of a sudden I'm knee deep, so that's about yay deep. And that's enough to hold some fish. So I'm hoping they'll be stacked up in this area.
There's like a little spot back there. There was 5 little smallmouth in it. I caught 2 of them, but they were following the other one.
When they get in this shallow current, man, they fight so hard. It doesn't even matter that they're small. Good times. All right, little smallie. Oh, there you go. Woo! You gotta love that. When they jump and get acrobatic, man, that is fun. Oh my goodness, not until they jump at you. Holy smokes. This guy is nuts. This guy is nuts, but he's beautiful. I love him. There you go. See, bud. That is the perfect little fish for ultralight right there. Little 8-inch smallmouth. There's one. So basically, a lot of times when I'm trying to get bites, or when I'm trying to feel my bites, I just actually look for my line to tighten up. That's funny. I caught a largemouth.
I'm about to say you look different.
Yeah, that'd be a largemouth. I just watch my line just tighten up, so I set the hook. It's that simple. And that's the one of the advantages of using this braid is that high visibility. Now, this is a pink braid, and so when that line just kind of tightens up, it's easy to see.
Oh,
that's a pretty one, John. There's one. Whee! All right, this. Seriously, you know, you're gonna go home a lot faster if you just cooperate a little.
Oh, yeah, that grass. How can this little guy dig so hard?
There you go. There you go. There you go. Well, we're catching a lot of fish now. I'm waiting for that random one that shows up and says, hey, I'm 12, 14 inches. You know, they've all been about 6 to 8 inches. Pretty small, but good time nonetheless. Oh, I missed fish 3 casts in a row. There he is. Haha! You can fool me once, twice, even 3 times, but not 4 times. There you go. That's right there. Good old dinky smallmouth and creek fishing adventures. Gotcha. Rocco! Gotcha. He didn't want to give up. All my fish are biting on the same exact cast. I'm making the same exact cast every time. I'm letting it drift down the same exact area, and I keep catching fish. It's just fascinating to me. Same spot every time. I am the Rockfast King. That's my new channel name. Rockfast King. I thought maybe we would stumble on a couple of 14, 15 inchers, but that's just not looking to be the case right now. That one nice fish I stumbled upon today, unfortunately, got me down in a brush pile and busted me off. But I've caught a lot of fish about like this, which, again, always fun on ultralight. Like, I'm using the Temple Fork trout and panfish. This is the 6-foot model, ultralight, fast. Gotta love it. He went in between my legs. Oh my goodness. Hey, that's one of my better ones from this pool. That guy went in between my legs. That was a strange feeling. God, they're feisty, guys. I'm telling you, small bass can be a hoot. Small bass can be an absolute hoot. Please never swim through my legs again. That was terrifying. Please. Make sure to go check out the Creek Fishing Adventures YouTube channel.
Exactly what he was saying.
Well, pardon the noise. We've got this prime fishing hole right here, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. Folks, it was a great day. We started off the day in the river in our kayaks. It was kind of a weird bite, kind of just like caught some fish doing different things, different lures, just kind of junk fishing. But then we ended the day just doing what we love, and that's wade fishing for smallmouth with light gear. And we caught a bunch of rock bass, caught a bunch of smallmouth, had a great time, but quite honestly, we're actually gonna be fishing again tomorrow, so I think we better go get some rest and save up some energy for some big old fish. And when I say big old fish, I mean some like 4-inch pumpkin seed. But we're gonna have fun with it, I can guarantee you that. Huge shout out to John over at Creek Fishing Adventures, one of the best YouTube channels on the face of the planet. Make sure to check it out. I'm sure you're all already watching by now, but truly, I appreciate the heck out of this guy. He's a super good dude. If what you see on the video is what you get. He is genuinely the most authentic person I've ever met in my life. So, without further ado, I'm gonna walk all the way back upstream and I'm gonna go get some rest and we're gonna go catch some more fish tomorrow. Yeah, what do you know? Kind of finishing out the day. We're making our way back up to the cars. And I actually got my best smallmouth of the trip. There it is, folks. Good times. Man, look at this. He made me bleed my own blood.